Hello, everybody. Welcome in Monday. Happy Monday, March 30th, 2026. Coming to you live from Nashville, Tennessee, on the east side. We've got a lot to talk about. Big weekend, big upcoming weekend. April already here. Trying to get these Monday shows out in 30 or 40 minutes. As you can see, the timeline on the right has expanded. Everything's heating up. The weather's getting beautiful out. So let's get right into it. The most needle moving story of the weekend, trumping all of sports, no pun intended there. Our boy back behind the wheel is not a good thing. Tiger Woods rolled his car again. That's strike three, buddy. Number three. I guess the first time he didn't roll it, just got pulled over. But the internet debate has sparked around Tiger Woods and why he doesn't have a driver. We saw him in TGL. He's got a driver, all right. No, but uh and it doesn't seem like this is going to impede any sort of progression to the Masters. That's the first thing you're thinking of. Yeah, fair. I think it's fair to separate the art from the artist at this point. Tiger's only useful to me as a golfer. I cannot, in good conscience, support personal decisions, uh, specifically stemming around this whole driving thing. But I mean, if there's one tournament you're going to get ready for and be completely protected from any sort of media backlash or any sort of public outcry, it's got to be Augusta. I mean, the most protected grounds probably in the country for any public event. So I'd say he's still good to go, right? No injuries, released from jail 8 hours later on the Florida hold restriction of at least 8 hours. Seems like he's good to go. Mentally, we shall see on that. But just came out today. Glad we waited to talk about this. Apparently, he's hesitant to get a driver because of not security purposes, but personal issues and not wanting people to know his personal life, which I guess is reasonable if you think like your driver's going to have like a TMZ connection or something. But it's crazy that someone is not in this guy's ear about how many more rich and famous people exist on this earth that have drivers and that we've never heard anything from. Like every like president of the United States, how do you think they get fucking transported around? Do you think they're whipping a Mercedes themselves? Like there's plenty of Secret Service, retired Secret Service, plenty of these guys out there that literally at beckons call will just pick you up. And I mean, you're obligated to steel trap anything that goes on. I mean, the only reason he would come out and say this, besides paranoia, which we'll give him the benefit of the doubt that that is number one. Guy wants to, he's entitled to a private life to a certain extent. I mean, just how it works when you gain your money and fame off being in the public eye. But let's just hope this isn't a nefarious thing. Like for the sake of all those Perkins family restaurant waitresses, that there's not just some, I don't know, shuttle service going back and forth, and that the greatest sports icon in the 90s and 2000s isn't going the route of Diddy 2.0. I mean, I don't think we've lost too many people to scandals and just the ugliness of fame, and this just can't happen. So let's hope for his sake someone gets in his ear in his camp and uh, gives him a decent number. You know, he does have a direct line to the president. You'd have to think that, you know, there's some connections. specifically in the South Florida area, since they are pretty damn close to each other. So, not a good look for our boy. We will be there in support at Augusta day one. But moving on to that, there's not much else you could say about it. Hope he gets better. In lighter news, it's much better spirits. Gary W., aka Gary Woodland, with the W. And he does it in dominating fashion. Shoots 259, 21 under, course record, dominated from start to finish. You solo second after round one, and then never look back. Obviously, it was more of a coronation on Sunday as Nikolai just kind of starts off with two early bogeys. And then from there, he goes in and he's able to finish everything off down the stretch, and we get a ton of tear jerking. And we're back. A weird little stoppage there. The dog needed to be taken care of, so went outside. Gary, pretty great tournament. All things considered, uh, the last couple of weeks we've had some Sunday drama, but in the sense of collapsing, but all of the last couple of weeks there's been a pretty solid leader. And going back to the California swing, Justin Rose runaway. I don't know what it is about this season. Some stat heads maybe can find this for me, but Sunday's kind of setting up for boring endings. This one obviously sentimental value. Happy to get a boring ending for Gary. All things considered, we also hit an outright. 110 to 1, 3 places. Gary Woodland gives us our fourth outright of the season. That gives us now plus, let's see here. Right here, we are up, I think, close to 120 units on the season. Folks, if you're tailing, I mean, you'd be up, what is that? $12,000 if you're $100 better. I mean, how are you not at this point? 4 outrights, and it's not even Augusta yet. I am worried about Valero this week. I will say that, but gearing up for Augusta is, there's nothing better. Nothing better. So outrights were good. Marty Doe finishes 21st place, or we would have had a 5-1 ticket on top 20. That was brutal. Finau and Scott both had terrible Sundays as well. They were very live. Pearson Cootie, WD, all of his bets were credited back on Draftkings, not FanDuel. That was nice, at least. First round leaders, Jaeger just barely missed, collapsed down the stretch, but had the wrong Højgaard. No, actually, no. Paul Waring. Man, 41-year-old looks about 55. Congrats, Paul. So, Gary gets it done. Brooks collapses, which is good for our Augusta odds, but I just don't think I could trust him to win a major this year. He's just not fully back yet. Maybe he can steal a PGA again. Maybe. But the way Rahm's playing, and what we're not considering here is the top 4 players. How can you give a logical argument for the top 4 players losing to Brooks Koepka right now over a 4-round stretch? Not to get in a Masters tangent, but Rory, Bryson, Rahm, and Scotty. Right? One of those guys should pop. Obviously, Bryson recently popping at Augusta, but I don't think the golf gods will ever allow him to win. or just Augusta National in general after his par 67 comments. So I just can't. Yeah, in good faith, I have a 45 to 1 ticket on Brooks, but I do not look forward to watching that one wither away, and I don't have any plans to add on to that. Goddard played well. Knapp, a bad Saturday away from winning this. Incredible Sunday. Højgaard, once again, can't string together 4 rounds, but another runner-up. I think they said on the broadcast he's now second runner-ups for the entire season, or I'm sorry, second in runner-ups on the entire tour without a win. Now that Fleetwood has a win, maybe he'll come into play this week. We'll see. Yeah. Other players, Yellow Mirage, our boy Yellow Wolf. He's a player, man. Man, if he doesn't qualify for President's Cup, if he's not a captain's pick, you might as well just fucking shut down the entire tournament because the internationals aren't serious if he's not on the team. Yellow Mirage is electric, bomber. Everyone knows, everyone that follows knows we love betting the birdie all par fives market. I mean, he's a circle number one guy every week. He's a guy high on the end of going for a percentage. Oh, love Yellow Mirage. Yellow Wolf, baby. All speed. Yeah, any other guys? Jaeger kind of fell off. Scott and Lowry both ace. Ricky missing the cut. Wild. He's out of the Masters unless he wins this week. So we'll talk about that. All right. Wrapping up Houston. Gemini has done it again. So this is now an official tailing all the picks until it runs out. So starting at the players, put together 5 models through 5 different AI machines. And obviously worked with it on a couple prompts. If you just ask these AI machines who's going to win, they're more than likely going to give you 5. I said top 5 every week. Give me the 5 best chances to win. They're going to give you probably 5 of the top 7 odds, if not exactly the top 5 odds. So that's not going to get it done. You got to have some course knowledge to input into the machine. You got to have some key attributes you want in a golfer, and then you let it do its work. And Gemini, picking 5 golfers every week, has picked the winner every week. Gary Woodland. Look who else is up there for Gemini. Yellow Mirage, top 5. Goddard, top 10. Jaeger, top 6 going into Sunday. And then Koepka, obviously, trunk slam. But those 4 in it, if you bet them 8 places, I mean, you're cashing Yellow Mirage and you're almost cashing Goddard. Or did you cash Goddard? What was his final position? But yeah, and then you also get a win. Come on. Good radio here. Goddard T6. Yeah. So if you're betting these guys 8 places, you've got Yellow Mirage, Goddard cashing 5 places off, and then you've got a Woodland outright. Did this a couple weeks ago where Oberg had Oberg and Cam Young as 2 of the top 5 picks at the players, and then Fitzpatrick was their top pick. Its top pick. Do not say there. Whoa, easy now. Whoa. So yeah, we will be monitoring the AI situation, but so far, and This was a little bit of reinforcement, but Woodland was already on the card. I want that to be known. Want that to be known. Great tournament. Thought it was a great little course. One of the 2 munis on the PGA. Tour stops. Yes, you can play that course anytime during the year. Houston Municipal Course. Uh, and the other one's Torrey Pines, obviously. So, Final Four. Did anyone else just like, if you didn't have money on this game, didn't matter? Like, just pop out of your chair with a, oh, shit. Now you got Braden pulling up from the first S in Madness here on the screen. Truly, like a, even if UConn doesn't win this, this will be a March Madness memory. You have to think on the highlight wheel for years and years to come. And then if they win it, obviously it'll be immortalized. But insane game, insane choke, second year in a row. Why aren't they just taking a knee? Like, why is there any passing at all? Just get trapped. 10 seconds exactly. It's 10, not 8. Saw some idiots online. 8 is the NBA. 10 seconds is college. Just ridiculous. Inexcusable by Duke. Michigan, Wallops, Tennessee, fake basketball school. Rick Barnes, still a fraud. Get your 3 Elite Eights out of my face. Fraud. Lost by 20 last year, lose by 33 this year. Yeah. Nice. Hang the Elite Eight banners. Arizona, down in the first. Trounces Purdue. And then Iowa. Man, last Cinderella surviving. Iowa just could not score in the paint and couldn't stop in the paint. And when it gets to crunch time in the last 5 minutes, you can't just jack up threes unless you are just on an unconscious run, and they were not. So that was a tough loss and tough not to cover for Iowa. But yeah, your Final Four: Connecticut v. Illinois, Arizona v. Michigan. Could there be a rematch in there? There's definitely going to be a rematch if Michigan wins. Either a Big Ten opponent or a national championship rematch from 2 years ago. I think that's right. Yeah. 2 or 3 years ago. Last note from the college. Dan Hurley is a legitimate psychopath. I mean, this guy, if you're watching, got the image of him head to head with this referee. Jacket off the shoulder. Like, this guy he's a liability 2 drinks deep. Like, he's not even your liability friend that's like, oh fuck, he's blacked out again. Or like it happened out of nowhere. This guy is like, comes in, something buried deep inside, and just a couple draft beers, and he's ready to snap at the first person that says a thing to him. Unbelievable. If he wins 3 out of 4, there's going to be no containing this guy. You're going to have to put him in like Hannibal Lecter chains in the offseason to get this guy under control. Like, that's how UConn's just going to have to monitor this guy. Just wheel him in and out. Fucking muzzle on. Hurley is fucking incredible. Unbelievable. All right. King of the court. It's that time. We only have a couple more weeks of it. Last week, Paolo, he did what he needed to do. Like we said, would have got us 144 free dollars because he tied with Donovan Mitchell. Would have been more. But Jokic comes out and just drops like a fucking 20-20-20 game. It's something unbelievable in the last game of the night. I think it was $43. So congrats to your $43. Whoop-de-doo. So, uh, it was a 4-game slate. You had to know Joker was probably going to take it. This week, we've got a full slate. Concerned, though. Very concerned. Let's share it here. We're dealing with unconscious Luca, and we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games tomorrow night, and the Lakers are actually playing a good team. Concerned. They want to hold on to that 3 seed, get the Rockets right now. Think they're going to avoid the Nuggets in the first round, no matter what, because I think it's just the Nuggets and the Lakers for that 4 seed. So most likely the Lakers are going to get the Timberwolves or Rockets in the first round. I think that 2 seed is a little too far out. Spurs are kind of cushioned enough. There's not enough games left. So, game still means something. Have to wonder if Mitchell, I really like the spots where the visiting player comes into a big arena like Madison Square Garden or Staples Center. Always be Staples Center. Or do we go Paolo, who's been absolutely killing it for us every single Tuesday, week in and week out? The Magic need to win. They're currently in the 8th spot. Record the same as the Heat and the Hornets for the 9-10 spot. And if you're unfamiliar or just need a refresher on how the NBA playoff works, so there's 7 through 10 playing game, and it's not 7 versus 10. So what it is the first round is 7 versus 8, and then 9 versus 10. And the winner of 7 and 8 is the 7 seed. They don't need to play again. The winner of 9 and 10 plays again. The loser is out of the playoffs. Then the loser of the 7 and 8 gets a second chance, and they play the winner of the 9-10. So it's imperative to have that 8 seed to potentially only play 1 game, and you're in. But Magic have been ass, losing 4 of 5, getting fucking demolished by the Raptors last night. I don't know. We've got good matchups. LaMelo's been kind of snapping in PRA. They get the Nets. So the thing that concerns me here is that like teams have kind of just been beating the shit out of them as like a punishment for tanking. Like obviously Bam got his 83 versus the Wizards. I think it was Paolo last week against the Nets even that got him second place in King of the Court. Uh yeah, they've been beating up on these shittier teams. Knicks Rockets. That's a really good matchup. Don't see someone leading PRA for the night in that. Should get pretty not going to get one-sided player feature. Sengun did just bust out like a 58 PRA last night. He's liable. And then Kawhi, no. Like, can James Harden go off on the Lakers? Maybe. More worried about Spider. I don't know. I think where my head's at and where you always, because Luka is definitely number one. It's the name we didn't bring up. He's averaging like 50 PRA in the last 10 games. It's something insane. I mean, give this guy his kids back, please, or not. If someone that has a future on the Lakers. I mean, maybe it's just like they're waiting at Disney World. It's terrible to say. You have to win the title. Just waiting at the gates, Disneyland, from his ex. So I'm targeting we're putting Luca aside. It's just not worth the squeeze for this particular contest. Like, obviously, bet Luca PRA in big games, but I'm targeting LaMelo Ball and Paolo. I might go LaMelo. I just don't. mm, I just don't know if he'll score enough. Like, he could go 33, 12, and 9, and that's what, 54? I guess 33 points would be enough, but he's gotta get 9 rebounds. Yeah. Alright. I'll post it tomorrow morning, but that's my thought, specifically, that's my thought. Paolo, LaMelo. Alright. Always love King of the Court, sad it's leaving. Valero, Texas Open. We are at TPC San Antonio, the Oaks course. Doing a little Texas two-step here, a little two-stop, two-step. How Amarillo by morning. Little George Strait for you. Another long course. And last year was a fucking disaster on the weekend as temperatures plummeted and wind got insane. Harmon took a 66-66 on Thursday, Friday to 12 under. This is par 72. Took that into the weekend, shot 3 over on the weekend, and won by 3. That's how insane it was last year. He won with 9 under. The year before that, Akshay won 20 under. Connors 15, Spawn 13, Spieth 18 under. So when this course isn't cold and windy, there is opportunities to score. Par 72, it's a tougher bunch of par fives. But again, like we dealt with last week, not very penal off the tee when you're in the rough, just long approaches in. The tour average for approach on 250 plus, you'll be hitting that coming into the green 10% of the time on the tour. When we're at TPC San Antonio, we're hitting it 18% of the time. So have to worry about some longer approaches. Weather does look interesting. Thursday and Saturday is projecting morning showers, potential electricity. Winds in between that 10 to 15 mile an hour. From what I was reading, the wind is supposed to be worse at night. So it shouldn't affect any play, but we will see. Definitely going to be monitoring wind before submitting anything this week. Uh, Scorecard. Let's take a look here. Listen, it's got some monsters. First 2 par fives on the front 9 are over 600 yards. Sure, they'll tinker with the tees there. 3 of the 4 par threes are over 200. Then the fourth is 183. There is a drivable par 4 when they set it up like that on 17. 17 actually does play the second easiest hole, uh, which is not very common. Usually just based strictly on score. Usually all the par fives are scoring the lowest, and then it goes after that. But yeah, 17 is actually playing easier than 3 of the par fives. And then some of the par fours, just like tougher holes, tougher layouts, but not gonna have like 500-yard holes, I think, especially with the wind. If we're able to, I think the tour is being more cognizant about this. If they could definitely confirm that wind is going to be in place, like lower numbers, draw in a with just a casual crowd. Like people want to see carnage at the majors, but when it comes to just tuning in, you want to see birdie fest. You want to see numbers dropping. You want to see people changing hands. Yeah. So I think if they can identify wind being a severe problem, maybe they'll move up some of these holes, shorten this course a little bit. So we'll see. Uh Greg Norman designed this course. Sergio is a consultant. Real live stink on it. TPC. Uh let's build out a model, shall we? Let's clear this. So let me change here. Oh, what the hell? It is not pulling up. Share screen. There we go. Oh, it is not sharing. The hell is happening? There we go. Okay. All right. Bet spurts, rabbit hole, golf. Great little model here. You can get different course conditions. Let's just take a look at that first. So if it's going to be really windy, pulled this up earlier. So you can just filter by wind rounds. We'll apply that. We've got the field. Let's go. Let's get a bigger. Let's go to the last. No, not 2 months. Let's go to the last 2 years. Who's been strong when it comes to windiness? So anything over 10 miles an hour wind. So obviously the better players. Cream rises to the top when the conditions get a little tougher. Uh, Going to say take that with a grain of salt. I firmly believe in tournaments like this leading up to a major, and who knows if stats will back me up. This is a gut call and just a eye call here. A top player is more concerned about their game being in form for Augusta, for X major coming up. Is that saying they're throwing everything to the wind and just don't care about being in Texas? Obviously you're going to compete, but competing to win expends a ton of energy, and the end goal is a major. And so if this is a casualty of that, then I would be wary to just sprinkle the top of the board here. No one's ever won back to back when it comes to Valero and Augusta. Texas is always right before. It's always the last bastion in. World rankings are set. So there is no way into Augusta unless you win this week. There is one more invite, and it is a win. Winning you're in. So some of these players, yeah, obviously they're going to rise to the top in all these stats and win. But do they want to stick around all four? Obviously, they want to stick around all 4 days, but do they truly want to grind out these windy ass cold? It's going to get colder. 88 Thursday and Friday, all the way down to a 69 high, almost 20 degrees difference on Sunday. So we'll see. We will see. A lot of these people are in. All these names you see: Fleetwood, Matsuyama, Straka, Morikawa. Morikawa definitely would be a stay away from me, no matter what his stats say or how he fits for this course. He's coming off a back injury. He wants to be in full form and not risk anything going into the Masters. I would also say this wouldn't change my viewpoint on any golfer towards the top on whether or not I bet them at the Masters, i.e. Morikawa. If Morikawa goes out here and misses the cut because he's not putting well on these greens, but he's striking it well and he's shaping it well, yeah, I'd be inclined to take Morikawa next week based on how he was playing leading up to his injury. Same thing with Fleetwood. you know, he just pops really well. I would want to take him outright, but I'm going to proceed with caution. Definitely proceed with caution. Bobby Mack, love it. Playing really well. Maybe the best golf he's ever played right now. So these are guys: McGreevy, Davis Thompson, Yella Miraju. He's someone you want to dig into. Definitely. Man, him getting the green light in basically like 5 events to get to the Masters, and then him to just ooh go out there and bomb the course. We'll see. We shall see. Oh, wow, he doesn't even have a picture yet? Come on, BetSperts. BetSperts, come on. Shooter Sean, Yellow Wolf. Are you kidding me? 2021. Talk of the town. Doesn't even have an age or birth date. This is sad. This is sad. T6, T5, T37, T17. Hot, hot, hot. Hot, hot, hot. All right. We'll dive deeper into this on Wednesday. Let's real quick just build a front-facing model here. I want ball striking. Hold on. We got to change. Yeah, last 6 months. Yeah, let's go last 5 months. Really recent. Should be about, yeah, right in that 36 range. So I want ball striking. And then I want tee to green. Approach. No, don't need going for it. Scoring apps don't need, maybe 250. No, they don't have 250. All right. All right. Par fours have shown as a key indicator here. Strokes gained par 4. Where's the scoring? We definitely want to look at birdie or better percentage. Bogey avoidance, always key to me. Putting. So, oh, the putting ranges. Here we go. Outside of 10 feet has been a key indicator. Scrambling. Well, let's see here. That'd be around the green. Scrambling has been key. Strokes gained around the green has been key. So, do we want anything else? Let's see. Maybe. No, it should be good. Birdie average. No, I think we're good. So we'll just roll with that model. That'll be our first. Let's just go Valero recent. Love looking at recent first. Ball striking 20. Tee to green 15. 410. 3 or better 8. Bogey avoidance 8. Outside 10 feet 12. Scrambling 12. 10. Strokes gained around the green. We'll go 12. And then bogey avoidance will go 10, 10, 13 for around the green. All right. Save and create model. Who pops up? All right. Siwoo, Russell, Matsuyama. Yeah, big names. Big names up top. It's definitely a top-heavy tournament. Oh, shit. There we go. Now you can see. Yeah, big names up top. Definitely top-heavy tournaments. Again, I'm just so Bronson Burgoon. Let's take a look at him. From Texas. Had a really good showing last week at Houston. Usually doesn't play well. Struggles on very long courses, and that's what we're with. But he just showed out off the tee, but he lost on approach. Yeah, let's take a look at last week. He was okay, losing a little bit. Dominated putting. T10. Lost on approach in the final round. Still gained overall 3 strokes. Putting machine. Familiar with these Texas conditions? Maybe that's our long shot. Let's go back here. Oh, I gotta keep clicking. Hisatune pops. He'll be a popular pick like he was a couple weeks ago. Thor Bjornsson. Man, this guy's struggling to close, and now it's becoming a trend between the players. And then last week, he's in the final group. He's in the second to final group last week. He's in the final group with the players. Both well over par. Something about his closing right now is just not worth betting an outright until he can. It's really about getting on his next outright. I guess if you can bet him with places, you'd feel comfortable with it, but there's nothing to show that he hasn't just completely whipped in closing out tournaments. Really like seeing Yellow Miraju here. 13th, Keith Mitchell, be another player. Some of these guys, yeah, ADDC, extremely slow, but let's look at his profile real quick. He pops at number 14, the Belgian. Can you still hear me? Yes. Okay. We can still see. Yeah, last 2 weeks he's been playing really well. T12 Houston, T26 Valspar, but he is one of the last groups to go off. He was with Fitzpatrick, so maybe second to last group. Just had a fucking horrendous 2 triples on the par fives, sink anyone's tournament. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, gained an approach all 4 rounds. Houston putted okay, gaining a stroke. Yeah, definitely worth the look. What do we get? Keimer 2.0. Yeah. So buyer beware. Spieth in this tournament, former winner. Jordan is definitely someone that, man, hometown Texas is the perfect example of towing the line of he'd been playing okay. He's blow up holes have ruined his tournaments. Does he push to get a win before Augusta? Or I mean, he is the Augusta favorite to every casual, to every fan out there. Like, what's going to be the as we wrap this up? What's going to be the storyline now going forward at Augusta? Is it going to be how many can Scotty win? Is it going to be can Jordan get back through all the green jackets he's lost? Or is it going to be like who's the new guy to step up? Are they going to be surrounded by Bryson, Oberg? Like what's the new storyline? Because obviously leading up the last 10 years, it's been Rory getting the Grand Slam. Xander, I guess this would be Xander and Brooks. Are those going to be the 2 guys now? Brooks being back on the PGA. Yeah, I mean, those are 2 guys with 2 different majors, that this would be the 3rd leg of their Grand Slam chance. I don't know. It'll be kind of nice not to just have one focused, like, media blitz. Maybe it's gonna be focused on Scotty, having a child and then thus hasn't played in 4 weeks leading up to the Masters. Who knows? I'll be interested to follow that, figure that out. Love to hear what your thoughts are. Let's dig into this more on Wednesday. Actual models. Let's see what the weather looks like. And man, exciting week. 1 week away from the Masters. Tiger, stay out from behind the wheel, pal. Do us all a favor. Do yourself a favor, more importantly. We'll talk to you then. Bye. Love you.